Hello, welcome to this quick video tutorial to show you how you can turn your mobile phone into the best video camera it can be. Now, our mobiles are incredible. They can do loads of different things, but they're often trying to do all those things at the same time, and they're not usually set up to shoot the best video they can. But I've discovered that with a few simple tweaks and changes, we can turn our mobiles from a device that just happens to shoot video into an incredible pro quality video camera. So I'm going to take you through my 5-step method, which I've called the SHOT system, so that it's easy to remember and I do the steps in the right sequence. Now this will work for you whether you've got an Apple phone, an Android, no matter how old or new your mobile might be, as long as it shoots video. These steps will help you get better video quality out of your mobile. So we're going to go through those steps now, and by the end of the 5 steps you will have a mobile phone that can shoot the best video it possibly can. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you've got lots of space. Professionals don't run out of memory mid-shoot, and it's very tricky on mobile phones because we have a limited amount of storage usually in our mobiles. So you need to make sure before you start shooting that you have got lots of storage space available for video files, which are usually the largest files that you'll have on your mobile. So go into your settings, find your storage and work out how much space you've got available before you start filming. The last thing you want is one of those messages flashing up mid-shoot to tell you that you're running out of storage and you can't film anything else. So once you've ascertained how much space you've got, ideally you'd want between 5 to 8 gig, depending on how long you're shooting for, but I'd like that really as a minimum, possibly more if I'm shooting something long. So I'd want a few gigs of space available. If you don't have enough space, now is the time to start being ruthless and dumping those apps that you never use, transferring old photos or videos or files from your phone off onto another device to free up some space so that you can make sure that once you start filming, you have got enough space to store all the video footage that you record. The second step is high power. Now video uses up a huge amount of battery power, so it's really important to have a really high charge or full battery if you can before you start filming. The last thing you want is to get a message flashing up mid-shoot to tell you your phone is about to die and you've still got loads of filming to do. So make sure your battery is as fully charged as it can possibly be before you go out and start filming. Now you might want to bring a charger with you and your cable so you can plug in while you're out, or maybe even a battery pack or a car charger with you if you're going to be out for a long period of time. But whatever you do, start with a good full battery and bring extra backup if you need it. The other thing to do is to conserve power while you're filming. Make sure all your unnecessary apps are turned off and that there's nothing running in the background so that you can make sure the only power your phone is using is the power it needs to shoot the video. Step 3 is O. Go offline. It is so annoying when you're filming to be interrupted by message alerts or emails pinging through or notifications popping up. Not only does it really interrupt your thought process when you're recording, but it will affect your audio as well. So before you even start filming, make sure you put your phone in flight mode. It's a really quick way of just turning off all those notifications with one push of a button. I know sometimes people also put their phone on do not disturb mode. It's just an extra layer of reassurance that you're not going to get interrupted by any notifications while you're trying to video. Step 4 is T. That stands for the rule of thirds. If there is one thing that is going to make your video look more professional, it's good composition. And the rule of thirds grid is an incredible tool that you can access to help you do this. Now, every mobile phone I know has got the option to add a rule of thirds grid onto the screen, but most people don't know about it or don't use it properly. So I'm going to take you through the steps of how to do it. So first of all, make sure your grid is on. Go into your settings, go into your camera, and then find grid and turn it on. This will show a little grid with 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines on your screen when you go into your camera app. The rule of thirds works on the idea that subjects look better when they're not just plonked right in the middle of the frame. You want to put them just above or below the centre line, or just to the right or the left, of the image. So it just helps off-center them and look a little bit more interesting. Now, loads of professional video cameras I know have a rule of thirds grid on the screens. I used to use mine all the time when I was filming, and I still have it on my pro camera now, and I always have it on my phone. So you can use the grid lines as a great way to line up your shots and put your subject just off center, using one of the lines as a guide so that you can see where best to place your subject. The rule of thirds grid is an amazing tool to help you line up and compose your shots like a professional. If you do nothing else, make sure you do this step. Step 5 is sharp. When you're a professional filmmaker, you want to make sure your images are crisp and clear, and sometimes that can be hard on mobiles because they get shoved in pockets, thrown in bags, left on tables, and they pick up all sorts of grease and grime. So make sure your lens is clear before you start filming. So I sometimes get a little damp cotton bud and just clean around the edges of the lens on the front and the back, and then use a lens cloth or a microfiber cloth just to dry it off and make sure it's all crisp and clear before I start filming. And then I always take a cloth with me when I'm shooting so that I can make sure the lens stays nice and clean while I'm out filming. So make sure you can get sharp images by having a clean lens. So if you've done those 5 quick steps with me, you'll now have a mobile phone that's ready to shoot pro quality video. It'll have loads of battery, you've got stacks of memory, you're not going to get any alerts flashing up telling you that something's about to run out or you don't have any space. You won't be interrupted by any notifications. You'll be able to line up and compose your shots beautifully using your grid, and you'll have crisp, clean images because your lenses will be beautifully clean and sparkly. So I hope this helps you make creative, beautiful, professional looking videos, and I can't wait for you to share them. And you don't need to commit all this to memory. I've created a cheat sheet you can download, which has got all the information on so that you can tick it off and make sure that your mobile is video ready whenever you need it. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see the videos you create.